Hey everyone, I'm going to go through each card individually and then I'm going to go back and give you the overall meaning of everything together, okay? This is what the month of May 2019 has in store for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The underlying energy for the month is this Seven of Swords, which talks about deception, trickery. It also talks about tactics and strategy. This could be saying that you may need to use shortcuts to get to what you desire or the things that you want. And this could also say you need to think fast on your feet. Like I always like to use the example. Say you're trying to get into a class and it's full, so you write a letter to the dean to be the exception. This could also talk about trying to escape responsibility. Next, we have the Seven of Wands, which is defending your position, overcoming obstacles, being assertive, holding your ground, remaining calm. This could also talk about an increase in haters, people showing up, throwing their opinions and criticisms at you. This is also saying if you're going to defend your position, you need to have the information to back it up. You know, you just can't say, oh, you got to be able to back what you say up, okay? Next, we have and it can also be something that's unexpected. Be out of the blue and you ain't expecting it, okay? With that Seven of Wands. Something that shows up out of the blue and you're having to defend yourself or defend your beliefs. And the ground can be kind of shaky, you know? But stand firm, hold your ground. Next we have the Mother of Swords, which is an air sign, so that could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and it could be anybody, male or female, over the age of 25 or 30 and up. The Mother of Swords is clear mindedness, can't talk. Unbiased judgment, you know, this truth seeker, it tells you to stay objective. Be clear with anything and everything you say. This is thinking logical, okay? Being logical about things, thinking things through. Also doing research, okay? You know, like I said, it says it here too. Seeking that truth, getting the information, gathering out all the stuff you need. Next we have the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles is about balancing decisions and priorities and responsibilities of your life. It's adapting to change. It could also talk about you need to cut down on your task. Perhaps you think multitasking is going to save you time, but it's going to make it worse. It's not going to work in your favor. This is also saying that maybe you should reach out for help or an assistant. But obviously, with that card, it means something's out of balance. Or either two different things you're having to make a decision between. Here with the Four of Cups, this is about contemplation. It can also talk about disconnectedness, a lack of interest. And it says to you, don't miss opportunities because you're so wrapped up in thoughts and contemplation, and you're wrapped up in something and you miss an opportunity because you're like, should I, shouldn't I? You're sitting over there contemplating it over and over, tug of war, and then you miss the opportunity. This could also say a solution to your problems is likely in front of you. And this can also point to your cup is already full and you can't possibly take on another cup, or you might have to turn down taking on more stuff because it just doesn't align with you. And it's okay to do that. This is also saying to check in emotionally before you make decisions. Okay. Next, we have the Four of Wands, which is a stable foundation, happiness, enjoying the fruits of your labor. This can talk about marriage, community, the home, family. And it could be a possible new home or maybe renovating. And it could also be renovating internally, you know, the temple within. And it could also be that you feel stable in your life. Next, we have the Ten of Swords, which is failure, collapse, defeat, backstabbing, the end of a cycle. Things may have not meant to be. You know, things just weren't going to pan out. It wasn't meant to be. And it's like, pick yourself up. Get ready and get prepared for the next new beginning. You know, it can't get any worse than it is. You know, it's at the end of that cycle. Time to move on to the next. Next, we have the Star card. And the Star card is talking about hope, healing, faith, rebuilding, rejuvenation, better times ahead. You know, it's a welcome reprieve after destruction if something didn't work out. You've endured challenges. You've been stripped clean of things that held you back. You know, you're healing rifts, or you're healing internally. And you have a new sense of renewed power. It's like gaining that confidence back, getting back on your feet. Next, we have this card, the High Priestess. And the High Priestess in reverse talks about loss of self or repression. Or there could be some type of hidden agendas or secrets that you may not be seeing or that needs to be known to you. And it could also deal with gossip too. But there's a difficulty here listening to your intuition, and perhaps you need to meditate because you're lacking center, or you may even be ignoring these little bitty gut feelings or little messages that your intuition is trying to send to you. You're just ignoring them or deflecting them. And you need to pay attention to those things. Okay? Next we have the Tower card, and this is a sudden upheaval, disaster, foundational shift, destruction of something built upon false beliefs. This could also be a positive spiritual awakening. Sorry, I cannot talk. This could also be a positive spiritual awakening or revelation, breaking away from the mold or from the old way. And sometimes it's best just to let a structure fall. Let it fall. Let it crumble. Sometimes it needs to make way for the new. About to drop my cards. Get my card up. Okay, next we have the Six of Cups in reverse. And this is moving forward, leaving home, gaining independence, focusing on the present. It's asking you to focus on the present here. And it could also be that you feel disconnected from your inner child, and you could be clinging to the past or happy memories or whatever, and you're wanting to go back to those things, and you're clinging to it, and it's like, no, you need to stay in the present. Stay focused in the present like this. You know, don't get stuck in the past or get stuck in things that had happened in the past. Next, we have the Four of Swords, which is rest, restoration, recovery, following some type of strain. Come right after the Tower card, so yeah. It's not a time to make decisions. You need solitude to negotiate your situation. It's like almost a challenge to stay silent and inactive. It's like going on a retreat or going somewhere where you can rest because you've gone through something difficult or some type of strain, and you need to take a break. You need to go on vacation, or you need to just go home, or you need to go to a quiet place and just think and recover and rejuvenate your batteries for the next step. You know, figure out what you need to do. Just recharge those batteries so you can move on to the next phase. Which here is the Eight of Pentacles, which is the Apprenticeship card. This is about passion, having high standards in what you do, about a new job or possible promotion. This is a different career or a different life path, wanting something different. This is also talking about money-making ventures, creating some new project or new venture in your life, and you can do it from existing skills or from some new skills you're going to master. I'm so tongue-tied. But this could talk about going to university or college or taking night classes or online classes or just little bitty, certification classes, something simple like that, writing classes, art classes, whatever. But it's saying you want something different. You have the passion, desire to do something different. And you're focused on it. Okay? So the overall feeling I get from this reading is I'm going to say that something's going to come along. You're going to have to defend what you want to do. You're going to have to stand up for what you want. You're going to have to hold your ground and remain calm, because maybe you're dealing with people that don't agree with you. Maybe you're dealing with this within yourself. That maybe it's going on within you, this internal battle of, no, you shouldn't be doing this, or you're nitpicking about something you want to try or something you want to do, or maybe you're questioning your own beliefs, and it's like, okay, I got to stand up for myself about what I want, where I want to go, what I want to do. And you're going to have to get clear-minded about it. You're going to have to, if this is not a person, an air sign, then this is talking about you mentally. You're going to have to get clarity. You're going to have to look at things objectively and step away from the emotion and not be biased in your judgment, and do research, seek the truth, seek what the realness is. Okay? And you're going to have to figure that out and make choices, and you're going to have to balance priorities in your life. What in your life is off balance? What's causing problems? Where are things not right? Are you taking on too much? Is your work and home out of balance? Is your love life out of balance? Is any aspect of your life out of balance? If you're out of balance internally, either way, it's saying there's some priorities or responsibilities that you need to keep balanced, and you may be doing a good job of it, but sometimes you can't take on everything. Maybe you're doing too much, and sometimes you need to ask for help, or you need to let a few things go that may not need your full focus right now. And with the Four of Cups here, you're going to have to go inward and think about it and be like, okay, I'm going to check in emotionally now that I've got things clear. And I know what I need to figure out what attributes of my life, what aspects of my life need more balancing so that I'm balanced within myself. And it can also be too, like in and out, all the time, back and forth. So it could be something's back and forth a lot and you need to balance it. Or it could be a tug of war that you're dealing with too. Or it could be money coming in and then flowing out. In and flowing out. And it could be your mind feeling that way, that you're not sure about something. You have to gain the clarity. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that. Back and forth. It's like a teeter-totter, up and down, back and forth. So you're going to have to contemplate. And maybe you feel kind of disconnected because it's like a nonchalant feeling. You're going within. You're focused on that. You're like, I don't know what I should do. Sometimes it can be a pity party type thing. But with this, it's saying don't miss opportunities because you're so wrapped up in your world, because you're so focused and thinking about things and going over things, or you're disconnected because you're in your own mind and in your own world. Like sometimes you can be in a meeting or you can be talking with somebody or something and you're not hearing what they're saying because you're thinking in your mind, your mind's completely somewhere else. That can be what that is. And it can also be that you have too many cups. You have enough cups already, okay? And they're all full and you got a lot going on and you just can't take on another cup. And that's what this being next to it says to me. All right? And you need to get into that connectiveness of what you truly desire, since this High Priestess in reverse is because of that loss of yourself and your center. And you reconnect with that because it's sending you signs, because sometimes your solutions to your problems can be in front of you and it's like, okay, you need to see here that there may be something hidden that you're not seeing. Okay? And with the High Priestess in reverse, it talks about that loss of self, or maybe there's a hidden agenda, like I said, a secret that you're missing, or you're having difficulty listening and deciding what you need to do. Okay? And you're going to rebuild it and restructure it. If you need to. I think you will. And you're going to have to find out what you truly need. And there's going to be little signs and little things that show up. And it's going to give you hints of what you need to do. And you need to pay attention to those little bitty things. And listen to that inner voice that's telling you what you need to do. But you do need to have clarity. Okay? You still need to have clarity. And not let your emotions overrun you. But emotions is different from that gut feeling. From the intuition. Okay. So then next we have this Four of Wands, which means you want stability perhaps. Or maybe, I get this as more of a want stability than have. I mean, you could have stability in your life and everything's going the way you want. But I think it's like you want stability within the home. And you want to be able to have that happy home, that happy, because it's about family and celebration. And it's also talking about the fruits of your labor. Like, you're wanting to do something and you're willing to put in the work for it. And you want to see the fruit of your labor and you want to celebrate. And you might not be getting that considering it's next to this Ten of Swords, which is a defeat. Things might not go the way you expect. or the way you planned. You know, with this tactics and strategy here with this fox. Could be sly. Could be something going on behind the scenes you don't see, or it could be you've been trying to maneuver and make things work, or it could be you're lying to yourself about things. That can be what this can mean, that you're not being truthful to yourself about certain things that you're dealing with. And you want this sense of stability, and you want this sense of home. And this could also be a new home, like you want to be moving somewhere new. And it could be a sign that you could move somewhere new. And it could be that these things are balancing and you're deciding I need something new. So you're going to make a move, and you're going to make a move to a new location. It could be internally as well, because I consider the temple within a home. So this could be getting that structure back to within you and getting that balance that you need. And renovating a home. And in renovating, I go back to that temple again within ourselves, is renovating the temple within, refixing it, restructuring, getting it back or improving it. And next we have this Ten of Swords. And with the Ten of Swords, this is talking about a failure or a collapse or a defeat or an end of a cycle. And it could be the end of a cycle of this confusion, of this unbalanced thing, or you've got that clarity that you need. It's the end of that cycle of confusion, of looking at things. Maybe it's not so much as confusion, if it's so much as deciding what you want, looking at things objectively. You want to do something. You have to defend yourself and your beliefs and what you truly desire. And you've worked through it, and it could be the end of the cycle of that now you figured out what you want, and you need to rebuild from there. And if not, then could say that you will experience a defeat. Maybe this is some kind of structure you want, some kind of stability in some way, and you feel defeated by it. As maybe you were wanting a new home and you're not getting what you want, because there could be something better out there. You never know. And considering all this is next to each other, rebuild, I still get like maybe there could be an internal rebuilding here. Like clearing away, starting a new cycle of the things that you want, of where you want to go, and rebuilding and building that hope and having a reprieve from defeat. So if something did not work out here with this Ten of Swords, it's saying pick yourself up. Something was not meant to be, okay? Maybe perhaps something just was not meant to be, and you have to let it go and move on to make room for the new, to that new thing. There's something else always out there, okay? And you can't be hung up on this. And when it moves on to the Star, you have the hope. Have hope and have faith. Better times are coming. This chance to rebuild anew. And with the Star card, it also is being stripped clean, because you've gone through challenges here. You've gone through a challenge. Maybe something happened and you were defeated here. Maybe you got back to that sense of stability and you got somewhere and you're going along, and then all of a sudden you think everything's fine and you hit a roadblock and you felt defeated, or something didn't go the way you planned or the way you wanted, or it's just the end of a cycle. And it could be mentally, okay? Because with the Swords, it's mental. Maybe mentally you're done with this finding clarity and searching, and you're done with that, and you're saying to yourself mentally, I'm done with that, okay? I'm ready to move on to something new, okay? And you're stripping yourself clean and starting afresh, and you have this letting go of things that have held you back, and it could be these things here, dealing with that, and it could be opinions or the haters or anything that you've had to defend yourself against, these other people that's popped up with their little sticks and saying, let me throw my opinion at you, let me have my debate with you. And it could be internally, but I'm ready to let that struggle go now. It's done, it's defeated, or either it's just it's the end of the cycle. I'm ready to move on to new. And I need to reconnect with my inner self now and have that renewed power. Because here you're lacking it. And it's saying you're lacking that connected to the source. And there's messages coming to you and you may be missing them. Okay? So then this Tower comes in. This could be a sudden change or some kind of sudden surprise of like a sudden disaster or upheaval or a foundational shift, considering all these cards are right here. You stood up for yourself. You're trying to get that structure and that stability back. And bam, you're hit here, because this is pretty close to each other, I'd say, that you're getting that sudden bam that comes in, and you're having a shift because it was based on false beliefs, because maybe you had a belief, or maybe other people had a belief, and you having to set this straight and make things stable and, build that foundation. And then bam, the foundation gets knocked off because you had a belief, and perhaps that belief wasn't right. Perhaps that belief was false. Maybe there was something hidden. Maybe you were being deceived about something. Okay, with this fox here, this Seven of Swords, maybe you were being deceived, or somebody was pulling the wool over your eyes type of thing. And bam, this lightning bolt comes in and knocks everything off, and it has to do with a belief that could be false. Okay, and if it is not that, it is an awakening. You're having and it could be both. You're going to have a spiritual awakening. You're going to wake up. You're going to have a realization. And when that happens, you can break away from what holds you back. Let that structure fall. Let it go. And here, with this Six of Cups in reverse, moving forward, leaving it behind. I'm ready to move on. And though you might have an issue here clinging to the past of things that may have not worked out, or belief, or some hidden thing, okay, because these both talk about hidden agendas. There could be a secret that comes to the light, or it could be a secret of yourself, a belief that you thought you had, and now you realize maybe I wasn't right, or maybe my belief is changing now, okay? And it could be that you're clinging to that, but you're ready to move on. And you're ready to push forward and leave behind those things. And you may feel a little disconnected during that time. Like you could be disconnected from that inner child, from that inner joy of what you want and where to go and things like that. But I get the feeling that you will move forward, leaving home, gaining that independence. And it could be independence of the mind, that clarity, going somewhere new, okay? With this Four of Swords here, you're going to have to recover from all of this. You got to take a break. You've had this change. It could be a restructure of the mind and the way you think and the way you see things and what you truly believe and what you truly want in life, okay? And what's truly important to you, your priorities, the life you live. Examine it. And you may have to recover from it because everything may be restructured in your life or restructured mentally in what you want. And you're going to take a break. You're going to rest. You're going to need that solitude to decide, what am I going to do now? Where am I going to go? I need to recharge my batteries for my next step. And you're going to start an education. You're going to relearn. You're going to use existing skills, or you're going to master new skills. And you're going to be intense about it. You want to get to solving the problems towards... It could just be a new career, if this revolves around career, and it could just be a new way of life, or a new way of thinking, or a new way of belief, or all that together. And you may be taking new classes. You may go back to school and realize what I was doing before, I don't want to do that anymore. I want something new. I want to do self-improvement. That's what that card can mean too. All right, so with this, you're going to think fast on your feet. You're going to be strategic about things. Use strategy. Work your way through these because it's tactics too, because something may come up and you have to think. You have to rethink things. And there could be some hidden agenda. There could be deception, and it could be from someone else, or it could be deception to yourself, like you're lying to yourself about something, or there's something false, like saying to yourself, everything's okay when it's not. And you kind of like that. So that could be what it means. But obviously here, you're going to want that self-improvement. And you're going to rise up. Okay? And you're going to have that hope. And you're going to rebuild. And you're going to move on. And you're going to start afresh. And you're going to have that self-improvement in your life. Or you're going to change careers. Or you're going to change the way you live. Or the way you think. And self-development. And self-improvement. Yeah. So this looks really good. And just let me know what you think. And how the month of May turns out for you guys. And do remember, this is a general reading. It does not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If you would like a personal private reading to better get for me to tap into what's really going on with you, that's wonderful. Get a booking with me. Come to my Facebook page, Mystical Moon Tarot Readings. Book an appointment with me. Go through my shop and see what appeals to you. And I'll be there to help you. That's what I'm here for. If you need any help with anything extra here, that's my job, okay? I'm here for you guys. I love you guys, and I send you many blessings, lots of love and light. And until next time, bye.